Hey guys, it is Soup123 and I'm coming at you guys with another deck profile. This one is Igknights. This is a new archetype that I am not sure when it's coming out, but if you guys would like for me to make a video on some of the new archetypes, I would do that, and I would definitely tell you when they're coming out. I did one on the Zephyr archetype a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but a couple days ago. If you guys want to check that out, I'll go ahead and leave an annotation so you guys can click it and go check it out. But yeah, so let's get into this deck profile, guys. They seem to be working off of each other by destroying each other, which I thought was kind of interesting. And that's basically how you run these guys. So these guys, basically what they do is when they're in the pendulum zone, they destroy, if there's another Igknight on the other side of the pendulum zone, you can destroy this and add a fire type, warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. This is the best kind of, I guess, way I could make this deck so far. I'm having trouble kind of figuring out how, like, what adding cards would work. I know Rhoda's good for the level 4s and the lowers, and then Summoner's Art for the higher ones, but this deck is kind of all over the place, and there's not very much support for it right now. But anyways, let's get into it. Igknight, Caliber. Basically, all the normal monsters don't have effects, but they do have a pendulum effect, which is if you have an Igknight monster in your other pendulum zone, Igknight card in your other pendulum zone, you can destroy all cards in the pendulum zone. If you do, add one fire type, fire warrior type monster from your deck to your hand, or graveyard to your hand. So that's pretty good. But we have 3 Caliber, which is the level 6 pendulum monster. He has a pendulum scale of 2. Riot, 3 Riot, which is the level 5 pendulum monster, has a pendulum scale of 7. Pendulum, we have Igknight Dragunov, which is the level 4, and it has a pendulum scale of 7. These all have the same pendulum effect, so I just want to say it once so I don't have to keep reading them. But yeah, pendulum scale of 7. This one is Musket, level 4, has a pendulum scale of 2. And I run 3 of those. 2 Eagle. The level 3s, honestly I don't see the point in running the level 3s. This one has 1600 attack, which is why I ran it, and it has a scale of 2, which I was having trouble kind of evening out the scales of 7 and 2. So, but I'm running 2 Igknight Eagle. So yeah, 1600 attack, pendulum scale 2. I run 2 Stinger, which this guy says you can target 3 Igknight cards you control, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can target 1 other Igknight monster you control, return it to the hand, and if you do, place 1 monster your opponent controls on the bottom of the deck. So this guy basically bounces monsters from the field to the deck, and it doesn't have to be face up. The only problem with this card is I would run 3, but the only problem with this card is you can't pendulum summon him. These guys have a pendulum scale of 2 and 7. And this guy's a level 8, so you can't pendulum summon him. So it makes it a lot harder for him to come out, especially since you're going to be destroying all of your pendulums to add more. So, but I run 2 Stinger, or 2 Avenger. Yeah, 2 Stinger and 2 Avenger. This guy basically does the same thing, but it's for spell and trap cards. He places spell and trap cards on the bottom of the deck. The only problem I have with him is you can chain spell and trap cards, so the effect really doesn't work. But still, you can pendulum summon him. He is a level 7, 2600 attack, 1800 defense. So I run 2 of him, which is pretty okay. 1 Raigeki, 3 Rhoda, which is he adds all these guys here: Dragunov, Musket, and Eagle. 3 Upstart. The only thing with this deck is I was having trouble getting these guys to the hand, getting the right ones I needed to the hand. So because of the lack of support and stuff like that. So Rhoda, obviously 3. The Upstart Goblins at 3. 2 Summoner Arts, like I said, for these guys here. You can add them to your hand because they are normal monsters. 3 MST. Ignition Phoenix. This is the field spell for Ignition Knights, or Ignites. Ignite monsters you control on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can target one Ignite card you control, destroy it, and if you do, add one Ignite card from your deck to your hand. This works really well with this Ignite Burst, and I'll show you guys this one in a minute when I get to it. But it basically adds Ignite cards from your deck to your hand. Bottomless Trap Hole, one Ring of Destruction. I'm testing Ring of Destruction in a lot of decks. I'm not sure if I'm going to run it though. So honestly, I don't see why they put this at 1 if they're, this says you can only activate one Ring of Destruction per turn. Well, obviously. But anyways, the new errata is interesting. Compulsory, and then Ignite Burst. This one says once per turn during your main phase, you can destroy up to 3 other Ignite cards you control. Then return a number of cards your opponent controls equal to the number of cards destroyed by this effect. So you can't. The only thing is you can't destroy Ignition Phoenix because that's not considered an Ignite card. It is considered an Ignition card. So you can't destroy that, but you can destroy your monsters in your Pendulum Zone and your on the field and stuff like that. The other effect is if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one face-up Ignite Pendulum monster in your extra deck to your hand. So the reason why I said this one works really well with Ignite Burst is because you can destroy this card with Ignition Phoenix and then you can get an add of an Ignite card from your deck to your hand and then still get a monster from your Pendulum Zone as well. So that works really well with that. And it also, Lavalval Chain will also work very well with that. And then One Solemn Warning. That's the main deck. We're going on to the extra deck. This is the only rank 6 I use, which is Photon Strike Bouncer, because there is not a lot of rank 6 support that is very good, and you can't really use rank 6 very well in this deck. So yeah, and then I run 2 rank 5s, which is Tyrus and Focusaurus, and then I run Crazy Box because Skill Drain is still a thing. And until, like I said in my other videos, until Skill Drain is gone, or the Clees are gone, I'm going to keep running that Crazy Box. 103 for Clees. This is the Warrior support. 2 level 4, obviously we need Blade Armor Ninja and Gandiva. You guys know what those do. This one destroys monsters that were special summoned, level 4 monsters, and this one destroys, or this one attacks twice. Black Ship of Corn, you guys know what that does. Just, sends cards to the graveyard and inflicts damage. 101, Excalibur, because he's very, you need him in every warrior deck that you can. And then Castile, Igknight, Lavalval Chain, because of, Ignite Burst, and who would not run Lavalval Chain, at least one in their deck. Daigusto Emerald, and Abyss Dweller. Now, I was thinking about running Synchros in this deck, but if I do, I will probably make a whole nother video, which it'll be a different build, but right now this is just an XYZ, Pendulum Summon build for now. But yeah, so this is the Ignition Ignite deck. I hope you guys like it. This is a new archetype. It is not TCG, and I don't know if it's OCG yet, but I know you can play it here on kind of like free duels and stuff like that aren't ranked. And I've been testing this deck. So this is the most consistent build that I've had right now. But yeah, so if you guys like these videos, like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys just watching this video. And also, yeah. Alright guys, this is User 2.23 signing off. Thank you.